Okay. And then I got this stuff out, and it's not the right stuff. Pardon me, I lost my agenda.
Here, you want mine? Here.
Sure. All righty. Public hearings, we have none. Items for consideration, Commissioner Connor.
Madam Chair, I would move for the approval of transfers and disbursements, approval of claims in the amount of $70,560.94.
Second.
Motion by Connor, supported by Smelker, for the approval of transfers and disbursements, approval of claims in the amount of $70,560.94. Roll call vote, please.
Wayne,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Gibson,
Yes.
Smoker,
Yes.
Jackson, absent, Connor,
Yes.
and Geiger.
Yes.
Motion is approved.
Madam Chair, I would move for the approval of the attached 2019 contracts for Indigent Defense Council services with Jackie Baker Sturgis, Carol Dwyer, Shane Henry, Kristen Hoyle, James Kinney, Gordon Shane McNeil, Ronald Pierce, Catherine Russell, Stephen Storrs, and Kimberly Young.
Support.
Motion by Connor, support by Geiger, for the approval of the attached 2019 contracts for the Indigent Defense Council services with Jackie Baker Sturgis, Carol Dwyer, Shane Henry, Kristen Hoole, James Kinney, Gordon Shane McNeil, Ronald Pierce, Catherine Russell, Stephen Storrs, and Kimberly Young. Is there a discussion?
I have some. I'm sorry I wasn't here last week. I am feeling better, thank you. I did listen to the meeting, and there was very good discussion. It answered a lot of my questions. However, I am going to vote no on this because I think that there are some issues with at least one person that's on this list. I did contact a local attorney because I didn't know some of the individuals, and I did get his comments and had some glowing remarks on most of the people here on this list. So said they were all good attorneys.
Is there any other discussion?
None of us here have ever been a defense attorney. None of us here have ever practiced law. All of us here voted to approve and place our trust in Carrie Selleck. I believe we need to support her and let her choose her team. I don't see this issue as the Board of Commissioners choosing who her teammates are. The question is, do we trust her judgment? And I do. That's why I'm going to vote yes.
Commissioner Parker?
Yeah, I kind of would agree with that. I think it's especially important to trust somebody that's worked with some of these people who have more knowledge than I do about it. And feel that, as Ben says, trust in Carrie in being able to pick her own team. Same thing.
I also trust Gary's judgment, but I did have 2 phone calls from residents in my district.
I have nothing to say that I didn't say last week.
If there's no further discussion, the question before the board is the approval of the attached 2019 contracts for the indigent, I'm going to say that word right one of these days, Indigent Defense Council Services with Jackie Baker Sturgis, Carol Dwyer, Shane Henry, Kristen Hool, James Kinney, Gordon Shane McNeil, Ronald Pierce, Catherine Russell, and Stephen Stores, and Kimberly Young. The clerk will call the roll.
Smoker.
No.
Jackson absent. Connor.
No.
Wing.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Gibson.
No.
And Geiger.
Yes.
All right, 3 yes, 3 no's, 1 absent.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Point of order. Move to reconsider. It didn't fail.
No, it just didn't get approved. So,
I think that it would be prudent to postpone this until we have a full board.
Second?
been moved and seconded to move this,
Consider
to
and
reconsider
postpone.
this and at a time when we have a full board.
Who supported it?
Smelker.
Thank you.
With the bell ringing, I couldn't hear. Sorry.
Is there any discussion?
I think it's a good idea.
We'll just go on the next BLC.
For the next full board.
Yep.
When everyone's here.
Yep.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Do we need a roll call for that, or just?
I have a comment.
Okay.
I don't think that it's an issue of questioning Carrie. Maybe you can look at it like that, but I just remember, like I said, all the reports were all of these individuals are good attorneys. That's the report that I got. But I just remember some of the problems for the county. So I don't want to go down that road again.
All those in favor of rescheduling this for the next full board, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nay. Motion's passed. We'll move this to the next board.
Madam Chair, I move for the adoption of Resolution 1904, fiscal year 2020, resolution of intent to apply for state and federal operating and capital assistance for the 2020 fiscal year and approve to appoint William Vogt as the State Transportation Commission, William Vogt as the Transportation Coordinator, authorized to provide such information as deemed necessary by the State Transportation Commission or Department for its administration of Act 51 and to sign and execute all agreements and documents.
Second?
Motion by Connor, supported by Smelker, to adopt Resolution 19-4, fiscal year 2020, resolution of intent to apply for state and federal operating and capital assistance for the 2020 fiscal year, and approve to appoint William Voigt as the Transportation Coordinator, authorized to provide such information as deemed necessary by the State Transportation Commission or Department for its Administrative Act 51, and to sign and execute all agreements and documents. The clerk will call the roll.
Gibson. Gibson.
Yes.
Smoker.
Yes.
Jackson absent. Connor.
Yes.
Wing.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Geiger.
Motion is approved. Unfinished business, we have none. New business, we have none. County Administrator's Report.
I'm all set.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Chairperson's Report. My meetings for the month have been done for a couple of weeks. Well, I have one more next week, but I'm glad it's looking to be a little warmer soon. This cold is cold. So, Vice Chairperson's Report.
Thank you. I've attended all my township meetings. This was a kind of funny month way that the meetings fell. I had all 3 of them last week, or the week before, excuse me. And so it was kind of a busy week for me that week. Pretty much it was all good. I missed the COA meeting last Tuesday because I was ill, and I had a Carewell Services meeting that was canceled and will be rescheduled. So that's my report.
Thank you. Commissioner Geiger.
I'm good.
Commissioner Smoker.
Went to my township meetings and village meetings. Everything was fine at them. The other meeting that I had was transit, and I'll let the chair report on that. I have 911 and airport coming up this week.
Sir, Commissioner Gibson.
At my mental health board meeting, we're going to do the audit on January the 23rd and 24th. We're one staff member short at the present time. We approved the contract for autism services. We also approved the payment to Relias for staff training in the amount of $5,232.29. At the transit board meeting, they finally put something on the website for new people that are moving into town, tell them all about the transit and everything. And the annual ridership for last year was up to 105,000, and they're presently driving 120 miles a day. The FDA has doubled their testing on random testing the employees. That's done at the State Street Clinic. When they put the new addition on where they're doing a walkthrough at 10 o'clock this morning with the people that are bidding on that project, they're going to have a separate water line for the fire suppression system. Every bus has exceeded its mileage. We have 2 new buses coming in the next month. And like I say, they're doing the walkthrough today at 10. We're going to open the bids on 31st at January at the Titan Center. And that's all I have.
Thank you, sir. And Commissioner Parker.
Yeah, we had a Parks and Rec meeting last Thursday night. Catherine Getty was voted as our chairperson, and our new vice chairperson will be Rick Moore. And we discussed a lot of different things for those commissioners that got, and I think all of you did, got information about some property off from 66 there that Doug Klein was interested in maybe trying to get a hold of, and that, and they've decided to kind of put that on the back burner for a while. So, the other thing is that went to kind of a joint DDA meeting in Middleville, and I say joint because there's also Planning and Zoning Commission too. They're going to be revamping the downtown area along the river. They've added they had 3 different plans, so they're going to have a band shell, could seat up to 400 people. They're going to have maybe a splash pad there and some other things, and they're just going to rework that area now that they'll have more property there along the river. So kind of exciting things happen. I remember back in the Planning Commission in Middleville in the 80s, we came up with a logo of the stagecoach at that time, because that was the stagecoach stop, and kind of started from there, and it's just kind of gone and gone, and everybody's picked up the ball and run with it. So that's really exciting for me to see that. That's about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. At this time, any member of the public wishing to address the board may do so for up to 3 minutes. Sheriff Leaf.
I'll read fast. All right, this is December stats. Corrections staff booked in, processed 314 persons at the jail for the month of December, and released 242 back into the community. Of the 314, 87 bookings classified as weekenders. Their daily average population was 93, which is down a little bit. The staff transported 70 inmates to various locations to include court, medical facilities, and other counties. In addition, have administered 127 weekend drug screens. Two probationers and fingerprinted 47 persons at the front counter. Kitchen staff prepared 8,403 meals at a cost of $1.48 per meal. Looking back 5 years, bookings 314, 2013 was 206, releases 242 to 2018, and 179 in 2013. Transports, we didn't collect data, but it was 70. Public fingerprints, 47. In 2013, we did 85. We also had plumbing repairs at $1,108.70, HVAC repairs, $905, and security repairs, $7,223.95. Berry County Law Enforcement logged 654 complaints, handled the month of December. 65 were arrested, resulting in 23 felony and 47 misdemeanor charges. 40 citations were issued. There were 8 alcohol-related arrests. 105 accidents were handled. 1 involved individuals under the influence. 73 involved deer. K-9 activated on 4 occasions and managed to find some drugs and apprehension of some individuals on criminal cases. Excuse me. The office also performed 27 home checks, assisting swift and sure sobriety and drug courts. 336 criminal histories were run for warrant entry and warrant requests. There were also 71 sex offender transactions completed. 468 PBTs, which is our preliminary breath test, were administered from court order. Incidents handled 2018 654, 2013 448. Accidents 105 compared to 2013 127. Car deer 73, 2013 58. Arrests 65, 23 felonies and 47 misdemeanors. And in 2013 41 arrests with 13 felony and 31 misdemeanors. Alcohol-related arrests 8, and in 2013 there were 5. Berry County Sheriff's Office handled 9,734 complaints compared to 5,956 in 2013. Any questions?
Thank you, sir. Any other public comment?
Sharon Zabrowski, Carlton Township. As I sit here and listen to you say, we don't like what you've chosen, or we don't like what you've done. Now, it's nothing personal. Well, I'm sorry, it is personal. You put someone in charge of something, and if you want their opinion, you'll give it to them. There was someone on the list that bothers you. I would assume that every single one of you has spoken to her and asked, why did you put this person on the list? I have a question about it. She may have a very good reason for putting that person on. You need to know what that reason is, and you need to voice your concerns. Not wait till you get here in public where basically you just slap the person in charge in the face. You don't just do this with her, you also do it with your board people. She is in charge, she chose. If there's a problem down the line, that's going to be her problem. And you need to go to her, not to the public, not to anybody else. You go to her and say, this is the problem. My constituents are unhappy. How are you going to solve the problem? That's your job. Your job isn't to do hers or to do your board people's job. You have a chairperson. You have someone, a head of departments. Let them do their job. Back them up. That's your job. Thank you.
Any further public comment? Seeing none, is there any other business to come before the board? There being no further business and without objection, the board will now adjourn.